Hello everyone, welcome back to a very exciting video. It's exciting one because I never do TBRs. It's my thing since I've come back to YouTube that I do like themed weekly reading vlogs. If this is your first video, there's that information. Let me touch on some other things. I got sick with COVID in September into October, and so I've had this goal that started in August that I wanted to read 50 books by the end of the year. And so that, getting sick, I did no reading for like 3 weeks. It didn't make like a huge dip, especially because I was reading a little bit over. It probably would have been okay. I said 50, but really I wanted to do even more than 50. So anyways, that cut into a little bit of what could be for the 50 books. So I have decided, this is not a new concept, but I just seen a video of someone else doing, once again, reading 30 books in 30 days. Now, I know that I would never be able to read 30 books in 30 days. I just couldn't, especially because all of my books that I have left, I don't have any like small, really short things. It's not going to be as catchy, but for the month of November, we are going to be reading 20 books in 20 days, or at least trying to get 20 books off of my shelf. I think that's going to be fun. So this video is going to be me. I'm not going to really be looking for anything specific. I'm just going to go through my books and find what I really want to read, because that's also what's going to be helpful. So I did decide that part of this is going to be a subsequent kind of themed, that I'm going to do another reading books that I have started but have not finished. So, and all of the, well, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, I am almost done with. I have about, what did I decide, about 250 pages left. And here's a really shameful thing. I marked this off as I had finished reading it when last year? Was it last year? In December, either last year or 2019, I was like, I'm only in December going to read the entire Harry Potter series, and I didn't do that. So this was like, I had almost finished it, and I was like, I'll just finish it up in January. So I'll just say that I read it, and then I never did, and it's just been sitting next to my bed ever since then. So I'm not even going to be able to count this technically, like, on my Goodreads goal, but I will count it as far as like the 20. But there we go. That is the first one. And then these other two, I literally have read like 50 pages or less. So we have Thunderhead. I have since decided that I am not going to be reading Thunderhead or Dark Matter, and will save the reading books I've already started for probably December. But I'm going to be reading my book of the month selections instead of those. Okay, so those three. And then that just sparked in my brain. I still need to do reading a book for Buzzwordathon. Let's look that up. Buzzwordathon for November is words with lost in the title. This clearly doesn't show you everything, but here we go. Man, I thought I'd have several. We are on to this shelf of looking. I know I did have Spellbook of the Lost and Found, but that one's gone. Maybe that was my only one. Oh! Okay. Oh! No, I have several. I do also have some over here. I have a book over there. Okay. So the book that I have on this teeny tiny shelf of things that I'm not interested in, and pretty much I'm sure I'm going to unhaul, but if I could find the audiobook, then maybe, was The Distance Between Lost and Found by Catherine Holmes. I know that this is a YA, and so that's why. And then we have What I Lost by Alexandra Ballard. This is like an eating disorder type book, I know. I have just really enjoyed in the past. It's been a long time since I've read like eating disorder books, but I have read several, and it is something that intrigues me enough. We'll see where I'm at because they're usually always YA. And then lastly, I have How I Lost You by Jenny Blackhurst. She has no memory of what happened, but everyone tells her she did it. And you believe what your loved ones, your doctor, and the police tell you, don't you? 3 years ago, Susan Webster's murdered her 12-week-old son, Dylan. I had no idea that's what this was about. Likely to read these two and probably DNF this one. We will see. So far, that is 6 books. Okay, next, I know a lot of these I want to be from Book of the Month. So let's take you down there. Okay, so this is what we have. I have always tried to keep them in like the order that I received them. So these are the ones that I've had the longest. Right off the bat, I really want to read this one. Beasts of Extraordinary Circumstance by Ruth Emmy Lang. This is, I don't know anything about it, except it's kind of like magical. It says, finding magic in the ordinary. Orphaned, raised by wolves, and the proud owner of a horned pig named Merlin, Waylon Gray knew he wasn't like other people, but when he single-handedly stopped that tornado on a stormy Christmas day in Oklahoma, he realized just how different he actually was. So, sounds really fun. I'm not showing myself at all. Should I kind of be in this? This is definitely one that has been on my radar for a long time, but it just never fits into anything. Going down the list, let's do Get a Life, Chloe Brown. I have also technically started this one. I'm 30 pages in and was very bored, which everyone talks about how this book is just like the best romance ever and all this stuff, but I was not into it. I need to give it another try, okay? Let's give it another try. It's like, do I just want to read all of these Book of the Months? 16. I have no interest in actually reading that one. I really want to read these two. Actually, no. How many is that? 3, 5, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That only leaves 3. Okay, let's cut this down a little bit. Don't really want to read that one right now. This is really hard. Let's go with these. Okay, this is what I'm feeling drawn to. So first we have The Push by Ashley Audrain. I've heard this is very traumatic and really hard for mothers to read, but I think I'm going to be okay because I had my daughter almost 7 years ago now, so I'm hoping that will be enough. But it's basically, I don't really know what it's about, except it's like people say it's Baby Teeth, but if it was good. I haven't read Baby Teeth, but it's like, is this child a demon? It's like a baby mother really hard relationship from what I understand. And that's all I really want to know. I've just heard people rave about it. Then we have Too Good to Be True by Carola Lovering. And it says 1 love story, 2 marriages, 3 versions of the truth. Again, I don't really want to know more. I know it has something to do with like marriage, drama, murder maybe. I love those kinds of stories. Then we have The Maidens by Alex Michaelitis. I've heard it so many ways. This is from the author who did The Silent Patient, which everybody thinks is like the best book in the world. I didn't really like it that much, but I honestly, now looking back, can't really remember it. They're like, the twist was so crazy. I never seen it coming. I remember that it was not that shocking to me, but now I can't remember what it was. So, anyways. But this is supposed to be a more like dark academia style, and I do tend to like that. I haven't read a ton of dark academia. We'll see. Then we have the last two that I got last month. Not last month. I'm having to think about when I'm recording this. I got these in September and was going to do a reading vlog doing them. But if you've seen, that's when I got really, really sick and wasn't able to do like my book of the month reading vlog. But I got two books that in September, and that was Lisa Jewell's The Night She Disappeared and Alice Feeney's Rock, Paper, Scissors. These are two like beloved authors, and I haven't read either one of them. So this will be my first Alice Feeney and my first Lisa Jewell. Rock, Paper, Scissors sounds so good to me. It's about this couple. The man has not night blindness, facial blindness. So he like doesn't remember his wife really or something like that. And then there's like some secret. They go on this trip, anniversary trip that she supposedly won to this like Ireland getaway cabin. Something dark happens. Somebody's lying. What's it gonna be? And then I have forgotten what this one is about. It's a beautiful summer night in the charming English suburb where Tallulah and Zach head out to a bar for the first time since the birth of their infant son. It's a murder, something happens, and then it's a year later. Okay, so that is my stack for all of my book of the month choices to get out of the way this month. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. It's like, let's pick one from each shelf to start with. That leaves us 4. On this very top shelf that you can't see, and you're not going to be able to see because you're as high as I can go. I'm trying to just actually kind of pick a shorter book. I need to pick some shorter books to help myself a little bit. So this isn't necessarily like the one I'm most anticipating, but the one I'm most anticipating and wanting to read is more thrillers, and they're very long. So we're gonna go with Bad Apple by Laura Ruby. This is like a teacher-student relationship type thing. I've had that one on my TBR for years. I need to just do it. Okay, now looking at the second shelf here. What do we want? Again, the top shelf had a Karen Slaughter. This shelf has a Karen Slaughter. But they're just too long. Part of me really wants to do Fix Her Up. And maybe that is what I will do. Something different. And I've just, again, had this on my radar forever. I will be like the last person that's ever read this book. So this is a smutty romance. If you don't know, probably don't want to hear it from me. Okay, coming down here. I cannot tell you how many TBRs I have put the hating game on. So let's do it. Let's do the hating game by Sally Thorne. Okay, it's an office drama, hate to love romance, I believe. That is just some of like everyone's favorite romance. So let's go there. And then lastly, down here, let's look at, again, another Karen Slaughter. I just put a book back because I realized I needed it for another video that I wanted it. Sorry, I'm bending down now. I'm not going to tell you what book it was. We'll see how many people watch this and then watch the actual videos. And see if you can figure out which book I put back. Okay. This book has intrigued me for such a long time. It says, life is a lucrative business as long as you play by the rules. Nestled in New York Hudson Valley is a luxury retreat boasting every amenity. Organic meals, personal fitness trainers, daily massages, and all of it for free. In fact, you're paid big money to stay here. More than you've ever dreamed of. The catch? For 9 months, you cannot leave the grounds, your movements are monitored, and you are cut off from your former life while you dedicate yourself to the task of producing the perfect baby for someone else. So, I mean, I don't feel like that's spoilers. It's pretty explanatory. It just sounds so twisted and good. So, here we go. What am I at here? 20. I need 3 more books. Stand here and just the 3 that call out to me the most. This is a weird decision that I've made. Don't ask. I picked On the Island by Tracy Garvis Graves. This is an age gap romance. From what I remember, it's like there's these people on an airplane, the airplane crashes onto an island, and so then there's only like 2 survivors. It's this older woman and a young teenage boy, and a relationship ensues. I've heard it's very good. Next, I decided I was going between The Nowhere Girls and Sawkill Girls. And I've decided on Sawkill Girls because I'm pretty sure this one's kind of magical. I know it's basically about this island called Sawkill. Beware of the woods and the dark, dank, deep. He'll follow you home and he won't let you sleep. So then there's these 3 girls who are the Sawkill Girls, and their stories come together on the island of Sawkill Rock, where gleaming horses graze in rolling pastures and cold waves crash against black cliffs, where kids whisper the legend of an indigenous monster at parties and around campfires, where girls have been disappearing for decades, stolen away by a ravenous evil no one has dared to fight until now. Shocking, nail-biting, and gorgeously written. So I've heard really good things about this. I'm intrigued. And then lastly, I decided on The Water Cure because this was on the TBR for reading in October's buzzwords, which was like elements, so water, and I didn't get to that reading vlog at all with the whole COVID thing. And I just am very interested. I don't really know what this book is. It's not what I thought it was. Now that I've been hearing some things, it's kind of magical, I think. A fiercely poetic feminist revenge fantasy about 3 sisters raised on an isolated island to fear men. No idea. The only person I think I've ever... No, I know Kayla has this, but I don't think she's read it yet. She's like the second person I've ever seen mention it, but I heard about this a long time ago from Chelsea Darling Reads. She loved this and said it was so good. Let's see again. So we have just this little snippet again. You're a girl, your body is vulnerable. Men will break it if they can, and out there they absolutely will. Bodies must be controlled in order to be safe. Suffering will prepare you for the worst. The cure is nothing compared to what you've been spared in the sickness. It takes a lot of love to hurt you like this. I have no idea. So there we go. There we have it. This is going to be a fun time. I'm very excited. I'm very nervous. Let's just have some fun. If you are excited about this, please subscribe. That's always something that would be amazing. I would love it if you would subscribe, follow along, encourage me. I got this. I'm excited. I'm finally feeling a little bit better, and I'm excited about reading and like reading plans. I love coming up with ideas for videos. That's like my favorite part of doing all of this. So anyways, okay, I'm gonna stop talking because I'm sure this video is already a million years long. Again, follow along if you would like to see. I will be doing weekly uploads of the progress, 20 books in 30 days. I'm excited. Let's do this. I hope wherever you are, you're happy, healthy, and loved, and I'll see you in a week.